Welcome to Raleigh for a fun regional matchup. East Carolina fresh off a nice sweep to open American play. NC State back at home, returning from Georgia Tech. Two programs just an hour and a half apart, and anytime purple and red battle it out. Always a fun night here in the ACC. Thanks for joining us at Dale Softball Stadium. I'm EvanBudrovich with Amanda Poole. Two programs, Amanda, looking to gear up for their weekend series. How do they build on this matchup today?
Well, it's interesting. They want to set these matchups up to be able to be battle tested. It's not all about that conference play, but it's about tuning things up to get ready for that tough conference play, which both of these teams play in some pretty elite leagues.
East Carolina, huge series over UTSA, best start in the Shane Winkler era. NC State, two close losses, and now if you're Coach Leftwich trying to bounce back, it starts behind the plate. Peyton Bordeaux, who gets the start at catcher. What boost does she bring offensively?
Well, she brings a little bit of pop, right? Her and Hannah Church have been battling for that catching role, but either one of them it's a given that they're going to be hitting because of those numbers right there. Peyton Bordeaux lights it up last week in Game 2 against Georgia Tech. 2 home runs in that game. Coach Leftwich just wants to get her consistent at-bats. And then for ECU on the other side of things, their big offensive weapon, they've got a lot of them, but Emma Jackson, the junior, coming back after a great season. Look at those numbers. They earned her American Conference Player of the Week. 3 home runs in that UTSA series. She's one to watch out for.
And the sunglasses elite from Jackson. She is rolling. NC State going with the sophomore who's pitched really well this year, Carly Maxton. And looking to slow down a Pirate lineup that was rolling against UTSA.
Yeah, she's got that 193 ERA. She's got 7 complete games pitched. She's got a ton of experience this season. Just as a sophomore, able to really make an impact. Over 50 innings pitched, 48 strikeouts. She's dangerous in the circle. NC State's ace.
Just 4 starts a year ago for Maxton, but back in the fold. An up-and-down weekend against Georgia Tech, but pitched really well Friday, and that's an area this staff wants to replicate here tonight.
Well, it's really cool to see what head coach Leftwich had said about her. She really wants to try different things. She's open to tinkering, if you will, with her pitches because she wants to be great, and that's a unique mindset to have as a pitcher.
Carly Maxton faces an East Carolina order for head coach Shane Winkler. They're swinging the lights out right now. 21 home runs, top 30 in the country. 29 now home runs total. Kenesha Anderson, elite speed threat. You see her warming up. This is a much more balanced offense in 2025.
Well, that was Coach Winkler's plan in the offseason. He wanted to have as much offensive depth as possible. And when you look at that lineup, NC State's going to get no relief when they power through the lineup.
That completes Shane Winkler's order. And defensively, for Coach Leftwich at NC State, it's a defense that has found some success mixing and matching up the middle, but Tegan Thrunk gets the start at second. They loved her play the last 2 weeks at second base.
Yeah, and you also see in the outfield, the Ensley sisters get thrown around between left, right, center. Bailey Edwards starting in that left field slot. She's in the lineup as well to hit, so excited to see this adjustment, and that's what these midweek games are for, to figure out what you like, what you don't. Coach Leftwich saying she learned a lot from that Georgia Tech series.
Second year here at NC State. Really good non-conference record, elite pitching staff in the first month and a half. And now gears up for a home-and-home matchup. Pirates and Wolves getting ready to roll here in Raleigh.
Last time the Pirates were here was 2023. They won that one. See if they'll do it again today. But NC State's had some great success here at home, 9-2 overall this season.
There's Shane Winkler, who has rebuilt this East Carolina program, earned his 100th win against UTSA. He's rebuilt Charleston Southern, George Washington, and he looks for a similar trajectory here in Greenville. Now we get rolling in Raleigh tonight. Kenesha Anderson leading things off. And Carly Maxton pounding the zone. Here's a speed of Anderson, and right away an infield single. What a threat at the top of this lineup.
Well, that's what you want with your number one, somebody who can get on base at a consistent level, and that's what Anderson has proven. A .464 on-base percentage, beautiful bunt there, right on that first pitch. She wasn't waiting.
And Coach Winkler said she has the green light to bunt in any at-bat, and we see that speed, a big difference for the Pirates. Here's Emma Jackson hitting in the 2-hole. Emma's got some elite power. She was top 10 in the country in doubles last year. An all-AAC standout. And this year it's her home run. Look at that, 3rd in the conference. Big power in year 2.
Yeah, both these teams, a lot of power. Top 30 in the nation when it comes to home runs.
in a ballpark that is hitter-friendly at times here at Dale Softball Stadium.
It is standard size. It's just a little misleading sometimes.
Which makes NC State's pitching start here at home even more impressive. A sub-2 home ERA coming in, and that'll keep tabs on Bordeaux behind the plate. A packed pitching staff that entered this game in the top 30 in ERA. Maxton anchors that work and gives up a foul ball. Talking to Shane Winkler about Emma Jackson, who comes from Virginia Tech. Last year, the All-AAC, honorable mention All-American. He noted this year pressing a little early in the year, trying to be an All-American in one swing. But now in the last 2 weeks, reigning Conference Player of the Week, playing her best softball here in March.
Sometimes all it takes is that relaxation and not try to play hero ball. And, you know, Coach Winkler saying that she does want to be an All-American, not for herself, but for her team to bring that success. So I think she's settling in now this season.
Now she has hits in 7 of her last 8 games. Hits one hard to short. Good play by Simmers, the freshman, and the double play turn here for NC State.
Good play by Jackson, but better play by NC State's defense. And that's what Carly Maxton's going to try to do, just relying on her defense behind her there, sending that one right into the zone. Simmers gets it. Double play for the Wolfpack.
To your point, this staff's only given up 6 home runs here at NC State. And we noted here at Dale Stadium, that is not an easy task. But getting Jackson for the double play. Here's Morgan Johnson, the Clemson transfer, who's out in front of the changeup. Morgan last year, in her first year coming over from Clemson, started every game at first base and had a .650 slugging. She was crushing balls.
You could tell by that first swing, that's what she wanted.
The same approach and the same pitch, 0-2.
Leads this team with 8 home runs this season. You could tell by these first couple swings, she wants this one gone, but Maxton knows.
Carly Maxton in search of a 1-2-3. She's got it with the rise pitch. Good start for the NC State sophomore. Little defense on display here in Raleigh in the scoreless first inning.
49th career strikeout here this season for Carly Maxton. A big swing and a miss, knocking out Morgan Johnson.
Welcome back to Raleigh, where Roswell, Georgia native, true freshman Kendall Frost is eating a ton of innings here. Addie Bullis, the all-conference arm a year ago, has graduated, and Shane Winkler loves what Kendall Frost brings to the table.
Well, she wants the ball in the big moments, and so he has put her in those big moments. It's 10 starts already this season.
Michelle Tarpey will lead things off for the Pack tonight, and she's wasting no time crushing one out of play. Here's Lindsay Leftwich's lineup. 27 home runs for this offense. And we noted Tegan Thrunk who's been red hot with Tarpey up top. Michelle, since moving to the leadoff spot, that's been an experimental, analytic-driven decision. It's reached base in 7 straight. And work strike 2 there.
That's what Coach Leftwich saying. Sometimes you got to listen to the numbers. Michelle Tarpey just a couple times being this leadoff hitter.
Coach Leftwich said we want as many at-bats for Michelle as possible, the nearby Fuquay Arena native. Not just great aviator wings down there, good hitters produced as Tarpey works a 1-2 count.
Well, you want your leadoff hitter to get on base, obviously, but that's what Coach Leftwich struggled with because Tarpey can also be that power and drive-in runs, too. That's what it's allowed her to start in different spots in this lineup.
Kendall Frost goes in and actually hits Michelle, so a leadoff hit by pitch.
That's one way to get on base. Getting a little too close for comfort there, just kind of whizzes right by her left wrist. She's not phased. Much
easier on the breaking pitch. Never seen a hitter back off from a fastball, right? There's different speeds that make it a little easier. Tegan Thrunk, first pitch, there's a base hit. That sneaks all the way to the warning track and gets away from Jackson. Tarpey putting the gas pedal on, and an early run for the Wolfpack.
Way to squeeze out an extra run right there. Could have just been a single, but that ball wasn't stopping. Great contact here by Thrunk, sending it right up through left center field. Right by Emma Jackson there in left field.
And the way Jackson's placed right now, she's basically playing the line. There's a lot of room in left center, which allowed Tegan to leg out her first double here at NC State. Yeah, look where Emma's positioned. She's basically guarding the line.
And even the center fielder's a little over to the right. Got Kenesha Anderson out there.
Coach Winkler said Anderson has elite speed. That's a lot of ground. I don't care how fast you are. That's a lot of ground to cover.
Got to put the Jets on.
ECU formerly had an elite outfielder, Tadria Cini, who transferred from UCLA, all AAC a year ago. And Anderson in year 2, that's a lot of ground to cover. For the Pack's home run leader, and Hannah Church, who takes a strike.
Church and Bordeaux battling for that catching spot, but both of them going to be somebody that Coach Leftwich wants to hit, whether they're DH or starting in that catching role.
And a Church fights one off. Something about a Bordeaux wine and Church that just seems so complimentary in this NC State lineup. The hit batter a double, and then the second leading home run hitter in the ACC.
Very distinguished.
It ages quite comfortably. Although I'm more of a Pinot guy myself, but that's just personal preference.
This NC State team 11-1 when they score in this first inning. The Wolfpack likes to set the tone.
Frost goes away and gets a strikeout. There's the first out for East Carolina.
That's big for Kendall Frost, taking on the challenge of a hitter like Hannah Church, who wants to find that home run swing. Frost just sends it right through. Very fast pitch.
With Frost, that cutter has been a big development early in her freshman campaign. It was very fastball heavy. And Coach Winkler noted it's hard to strike out hitters at this collegiate game. She's made nice adjustments early in her freshman year.
Yeah, they've also been working on that changeup as well. That's really key in a lot of these big games. Being able to keep batters off balance.
And from one young gun to another, Kendall Frost now faces Kendall Simmers. And the Virginia native takes a low strike, 2-1.
She does lead this team when it comes to strikeouts. She thought she wanted that one.
Here's a pop-up. Jackson coming in. Late call it off the glove of Emma Jackson. That's an error. Now for second. In there safe somehow. And everyone's moving forward, second and third. And a rare Pirate miscue in the outfield.
You wonder if the sun is a factor there with that pop-up. But Emma Jackson, you thought she was tracking it.
That's what she's asking for. Say, hey, I need my Oakleys that she was wearing pregame.
She's tracking it, and he looks like she's there, but just bobbles right off the mitt. It's when the sun gets in the way, and great slide, a Superman.
And there's a replay review here to see if there was an out at second base, because that slide was hilarious. One, when the face was right into the dirt, but then two, she somehow avoids the tag there, at least initially.
Emma Jackson's got the shades back on now, so maybe she'll be unstoppable.
Well, pregame we saw in the open. The shades made her look great, but clearly, Amanda, there's going to be a challenge for these outfielders tonight.
Yeah, and we talked about the ground they'd have to cover too. So not only was she trying to, you know, battle the sun, but also get her legs under there because she had a lot of ground to cover. Looking at this play again. Does she slide in time?
Yeah, did she tag the helmet or the hand? Because the helmet's the kind of dislodged
and
part.
It kind of popped out.
Let's take a look from this angle. Oh, wait, she may have hit the helmet. This angle will help.
Go.
Thanks to our crew here in Raleigh for this face plant. And
I feel like the helmet first.
So I've never seen this. I believe she tags the helmet, but not the runner. And then the runner's hands swim around the helmet like it's a shield.
Great defensive effort, really.
Not the way Kendall drew it up. It won't be on SportsCenter tonight, but it may lead to a runners at second and third. That's what's being reviewed at the moment. Yeah, now Kendall's like, oh, wait, I just face planted at second base. You guys didn't see that, right?
We're like, don't worry, we replayed it multiple times now.
Even Lindsay having a good laugh at that one. We'll take another look. I don't mean to laugh, but just seeing her plank in the middle of the field. Let's see what the call is coming up. Jamie Robinson, our lead official. Okay, call stands. Just the way Kendall drew it up.
NC State's really been able to advance on these ECU miscues. Taking advantage.
Well, the big story of this game now is from a defensive standpoint, ECU's given away a couple of opportunities. The Pirate team entered this game with 27 errors. They'd had some bugaboos. That pitch stays down. We noted Payton in the open. A big 2-home run day in game 2 of the Georgia Tech series. Ropes one foul towards Shane Winkler.
Yeah, so far this season, she's just one of 17 players in the conference right now for the ACC to have a 2-home run outing in one game.
Bordeaux, who redshirted last year, coming over from Georgia, making a big impact here in year 5. Plays off that one. And now for Kendall Frost, how do you handle the damage that's been put in front of you?
Well, obviously you feel a lot of that pressure. You've got 2 runners in scoring position, and your defense has failed you a couple of times with some miscues. You got to get a strikeout or a quick out. Stop that runner from scoring.
It's a good frame job by Annie Kate Dalton, the Carolina transfer, who's now behind the plate, second year with the Pirates. But a defense that has let down Kendall Frost early in this first inning. That's a good pitch, strike 2. So Bordeaux in a full count. Payton crushes one out of play towards the ECU bullpen. Lindsay Leftwich noted we need quality at-bats tonight. That's been a good start for Bordeaux. Here's a 3-2 again. Rockets one to center. Anderson drifts over. And her throw goes to third, so the run scores 2-0 NC State.
Nice sacrifice play here. Bordeaux finally figuring out Frost here. Pitching that to the inside, but Bordeaux adjusts, pops it up, and then we've got a runner.
A much more traditional slide, unlike the teammate Kendall Simmers, who's at second. Here is Taylor Ensley for the pack, with her sister Tori hitting out of the 9 spot.
Frost is really attacking east to west in this zone right now. Trying to get these batters off balance as trying to get used to Frost. That one right down the middle.
2. Good pitch. And Kendall Frost battle tested, wins over UNCW, battled Virginia Tech and Clemson to the final innings. And then 2 big wins against UTSA. She has done a great job as a freshman.
Well, and she's asked for those opportunities. It's not like she's getting thrown into it. Coach Winkler says, good luck. She goes, I want to be in those big games. That's how she'll get better.
Already 6 wins for the true freshman, but down 2-0. Flips one in, and a good strike 2.
Changed up the speed there on that one. She had been sending these right on through down the line. This one goes a little bit slower.
Speeds up the hands, and that one's just foul. You hear Lindsay there encouraging a quality at bat here for Ensley, spoiling a 2-strike pitch. Can NC State add on to this error-infused inning? Here's a full count. Freshman versus senior here, 3-2. And the senior rockets one fair. The elder statesman brings in 1, and an RBI single extends the pack lead.
Ensley did a nice job of seeing as many pitches as she could to really size up Frost here. Frost has been going left to right, east to west, if you will, with that zone. Ensley doing a nice job of setting herself up to take that inside pitch, sending it down the line. Great spot, given enough time for that RBI.
For East Carolina, Emma Jackson, who now has the Oakleys back on, anchors this outfield. They love Mary Catherine Scott at short, multi-year starter. And Geyer at third base has been excellent. It's this quality infield. It's just had a tough day so far.
That left field, that's seen the worst of it. Getting a lot of action over there.
Ensley and Church add on to this lead, 3-0 NC State. Here's Hannah Goodwin hitting out of the 7 spot. The senior who in 3 years here at State has been a defensive presence, veteran team captain. And Coach Leftwich encouraged by her approach at the plate. Hasn't always been perfect, but works in a 2-0 count. Make it 3-0. Okay, so that's why it's 3-0, because of a timing violation on the pitcher. Good explanation from Jamie Robinson. So it sets up the dream count for Goodwin.
Nice pitch by Frost. Coming in hot, dropping down in the zone.
Frost only comes in cold. No relation to Jack. And she works here 3-1. Oh, that's a hot shot. Coach Leftwich just ducked like a penguin and stayed real tight.
Got to be on your toes.
Lindsay here in year 2, anchoring a young roster, but one key returner in Hannah Goodwin, fighting here in 3-2. Pitch 36 of the inning. Misses up. Close pitch. 2 on, 2 out.
Frost struggling to find that rhythm again.
Lexi Hanley will have a quick conversation. She was a great player at Ohio State herself, two-time All-Conference and All-American in her career, and has come over the last 2 years to really anchor this Pirate pitching staff.
She has a lot of professional experience playing overseas. I think she currently plays for the Hub City at Elitas, another league for the professional women's fast pitch. So she's got some real life recent experience that she brings to this team.
And action warming in the ECU pun. That's Taylor Apple, who's number 2 in command. And is her headband not dazzling or what? Extra sparkle tonight.
That's just to distract the batters. That's what that's for.
So Taylor's warming up. We'll see if she becomes a factor throughout this game. With Amanda Pullum, EvanBudrovich, NC State taking advantage of some Pirate defensive mistakes. And now 2 on for the 8th spot in Bailey Edwards. Edwards only started 3 games last year. She's got a lot more action here in 2025. Her 3rd start, 10th appearance. Puts one in play. Logan Sutton's all over it, and that finally ends the inning. NC State, though, 3 on the board. And the Pirates looking to respond in the 2nd.
What, the sound?
Yeah, that's the soundtrack for the playoffs. Yeah. Oh, that was good. No, this is how we learn. Yeah. Dun 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 dun. We're just getting ready for the season opener in football. That's what it is. Yeah, I'm shocked she didn't have the shades the whole time. Maybe because like the shadows of the trees, and it's like maybe I don't need it. Or yeah.
Even when she put them on, she still struggled.
Only because you asked nicely. Welcome back to Raleigh Saturday on ACC Network in the SBALL great lacrosse matchup on the women's side to kick the day off. New Eastern number 1, Boston College battling Louisville. Now the men's side later in the day, top-ranked Maryland and Charlottesville at Clocker Stadium to take on another top 25 foe. That's all on the ACC Network this Saturday. Crossover season's undefeated. And here in the softball diamond, a hot start for NC State. Carly Maxton back to work in year 2 and faces Carolina transfer and Annie Kate Dalton, who hits one hard out of play. Annie Kate, a Donna Papa disciple, moved in the portal when Coach Papa retired and has made a huge impact offensively here for the Pirates.
Coach Winkler telling us, she means everything to us. The leader behind the plate, trying to find herself back at the plate now.
Good breaking pitch from Maxton for strike 2. And after opposing starter Kendall Frost, 40 pitches in the first, real efficient for Maxton.
Maxton's been consistent for this Wolfpack team. They've relied on her. Coach Leftwich saying she has been what we need her to be.
Line drive to short, quick out for Kendall Simmers defensively. And to your point, what NC State needs is quality innings. That's a good start through 2. Now Maxton will face Anna Sawyer, who's a Greenville legend, played at D.H. Conley in town, the 3rd-year junior. one of 2 Pirates who played in the city of Greenville. And just talking to Coach Winkler about that relationship and dynamic, he said anywhere we go with Anna Sawyer, people will come and watch.
Pirate Nation loves up on their locals.
She's had some big moments. Her freshman year, a walk-off home run against North Carolina at home. Last year, started every game in the outfield. So it's not just the homegrown kid, it's someone who can step up and be a difference maker.
Yeah, she leads this team when it comes to that on-base percentage. She can be a consistent batter in this lineup.
In a town in Greenville that hosted the Softball Little League World Series this year. You know, that place loves sports. And that pitch is way up and in. In fact, because of some rain issues in Greenville, they played the final few days of the Little League World Series at the home stadium of ECU.
That's fun, a great experience for kids.
Shane Winkler tapping into homegrown talent.
Is he recruiting those little leaguers?
We'll see in about 5 years. As Maxton misses for a 4-pitch walk. Yeah, the 12-under Little League World Series every year in the Greenville area is rotated between Oregon and Greenville. Williamsport's on my bucket list as well, the Little League World Series.
Yeah.
And then Oklahoma City, where the Softball World Series is high on my list as well. Logan Sutton's turn. Maxton's got some juice tonight, but misses inside. 5 straight misses for the NC State sophomore. As the ECU dugout points out. This ball's hit hard to right. Taylor Ensley retreats, makes the play with her sister Tori in center. What a luxury, not only to have a teammate nearby you, but someone who can speak your language out there. Here's Chloe Geyer, the Indiana transfer for the Pirates. And we noted the connection between the Ensley sisters. Only 15 in the country that have played, but how about this nugget? Only 3 that have played in all the games this year. From Nevada to Louisiana Monroe to NC State.
Yeah, there's not a lot of drop-off between the sisters. Both very successful at a high rate.
With the elder statesman right there, the younger one in center, working back and forth. Helping out her pitcher in Maxton with the rise pitch up, 2-1. Just 4 starts last year for Geyer at Indiana, but has found her sweet spot here in Greenville.
Yeah, Geyer just one of 2 transfers for this ECU team, the other being from Syracuse, that's Trinity Nichols.
Did you see her play defensively Saturday against UTSA? Game-saving double play. Dove, stamped her glove on the base. It was electric. It was on SportsCenter. And pops this one out of play. Which makes some of the defensive woes we saw earlier today totally different than what the Pirates have done coming into the game. Well,
yeah, and they know that that's not who they are. It's a matter of mentally just responding and getting back to that defense that they know they're capable of.
And Shane Winkler's team, their first 3-0 start in the AAC, swept UTSA. And now back here in North Carolina for the week. There's ball 3. The Pirates will host Tulsa. And an ECU team that's tested themselves with the top 100 schedule. That was not the case last year. We'll see if that pays off come league play. This one's roped into the own dugout. Chloe Geyer will not make many friends hitting line drives into her dugout like that. There's Maxton's 17th pitch of the inning. And again, a battle. Good 2-strike approach. Here's Maxton's payoff pitch. How about another line drive to left? Gets past Edwards, and a chance to clear him for the Pirates. 1 run in. Geyer wants third. There's a triple for East Carolina.
Geyer spending a lot of time at that plate, able to get a feel for Maxton's pitches as she worked her around that zone. Geyer said, I like this one though. Pops it up. Great placement just out of the reach of Bailey Edwards.
Yeah, 4 straight foul balls leading to that big swing for ECU.
2 outs on the board. They're able to put up a couple runs. That's a big response for the Pirates.
Making up for the line drive into the dugout, right? First pitch, you almost hit your teammate. Next pitch, you drive in a run. That's how it works in softball. Hannah Evans had some good personality with the shades in the dugout there for ECU.
You got to bring the vibes.
Shane said, my dugout's an electric factory, but I have no control. I just let them do their thing and have a blast. He said, I'm an old school baseball guy. We don't worry about celebrations. Here's Mary Catherine Scott, the shortstop, and she's first pitch hunting.
Yeah, Coach Winkler saying, we just chilled out in the dugouts. We just tried to relax and get ready for the next inning back in his baseball days.
You hear the support for Mary. Did she go? Did not. Heidi Clark with that call. Mary Catherine, great series against UTSA. 4 hits, 4 RBI, scored a couple of runs. And lays off another.
Maxton going high on the previous pitch, now low on this one. Trying to keep Scott a little off balance here.
This pop-up drifts out of play and hit our press box. Don't worry, everyone's okay. The intimate grounds of Dale Softball Stadium. Great atmosphere tonight. 2 programs just an hour and a half apart. A fun home and home that begins here in Raleigh tonight. Another 2-2 off the end of the bat. This could be tricky. And the race to first won by the Wolfpack. Not before East Carolina gets a 2-out knock from Chloe Geyer. Pirates on the board. Wolfpack to the plate next. 9-1-2 after this. Here's Shane Winkler for the ECU Pirates. Earned his 100th win this week. And more impressively, last season, a record number of wins since 2011 for ECU. But this year, it's been about building the schedule, finding a tougher competition. And so far, through 3 games of conference, it's paid off.
Yeah, they talk about being battle tested, and that was a big thing to have those record-breaking, those historic wins last year and the year before, building each year. Coach Winkler said, you know, his team really is on the same page when it comes to higher expectations, meeting those expectations, and playing for a championship.
The AAC, a multi-bid league last year, with Charlotte winning the tournament title, and with FAU's done receiving votes earlier this year. And both clubs will play the Owls. NC State early in the non-conference. ECU will host FAU before Easter. What an Easter gift for the Pirates, welcoming a top 25 team. This American Conference all of a sudden slates 5 teams in the top 100, 6 teams that are dangerous from an RPI standpoint. This is a great resume type year if you're ECU.
Yeah, Coach Winkler kind of giving us a sigh on our phone call this week. Like, it's a pretty tough conference to play in. That's why they have to really learn from these non-conference matchups and challenge themselves outside of that conference so that they're able to be ready for these high-stakes games.
And what we've seen in this league, 5 different years, 5 different champions in the American. It's wide open, but very competitive as well. As Ensley leads things off, here's a good swing to left field, carrying over the head, and a base hit for the Pack. Maybe a triple through the stop sign, sliding in safe. Aggressive base running from Tori Ensley.
Just her first triple of the season. Tori Ensley comes out swinging. That one just barely a no-doubter, but falls short right at the fence as Jackson tried to track it, but Tori making it to third.
All gas, no brakes for Ensley.
And a big flex at the end. You love it.
It's been a rough day for Emma Jackson so far in left. We'll see if she can recover after a couple of miscues. And now the top of this lineup, Michelle Tarpey, who digs in. And this type of at-bat shows why they want Tarpey in the leadoff spot. Good chase of the rise pitch, 0-2. Tarpey, who graduated this December, her business admin major, working now in an IT concentration for grad classes. Pokes one to third, good snag, and an important out to hold the runner at third base.
Great job by Frost to kind of let that one be a ground out. Rely on her infield defense, which is something Coach Winkler said he wanted to work on headed into this season, is strengthening that infield defense. Just a nice grab at third and out at first.
The battle-tested Kendall Frost, team leader in wins. Taylor Apple has the ERA hold, but what Frost has been able to do in year 1. Now Tegan Thrunk out in front of the breaking pitch.
Well, Coach Winkler says Frost is that type of player who wants to be perfect, which can sometimes hurt you when you're so mentally focused on not messing up. So Winkler's saying we're trying to ease off of that.
This pitch slips away. Ensley has elite speed and scores. The double for Ensley, runs to third on the mistake, and then scores on the pass ball.
Now 9 for 9 when it comes to stolen bases this season, as Tori Ensley's speed puts up a run for the Wolfpack.
The skill set of Tori Ensley, add another plus to the speed factor, makes it 4-1. Did she go? Okay, no attempt. So it's 3-1. And right now, if you're Shane Winkler, some miscues have cost the Pirates.
I'm pretty sure every run has come from some type of mistake defensively for this ECU team.
Good response for strike 2. Kendall Frost, you think of these coaching staffs that develop pitchers, right? So 4 years at East Carolina. This is his first true freshman recruiting class. And Frost was the first pitcher he signed. He loved her ability out of Roswell, Georgia. And she's delivering. There's a punch out.
Thrunk just reaching on that one outside the zone, but she wanted it. Good strikeout for Frost. Build a little confidence here.
Opposite field power. This will test Jackson. Nice recovery. Pardon me, Anna Sawyer there with the catch. NC State, though, adds a run in the second. A 4-1 start through 2. Welcome back to Raleigh. The Nothing But Net crew will be at the Spectrum Center across the state in Charlotte for the ACC tournament all week on ACC Network. Pre-half, post-game, anything you want throughout the tournament. Previews, analysis, game breakdowns, and maybe some popcorn from the Spectrum Center with interviews and coaches. All week on the ACC Network. We're already rolling in day 1 of the tournament in Charlotte. Notre Dame defeating Pitt. Plenty of other games going on throughout the week. And here in Raleigh, a busy homestand for the Pack. They welcome ECU tonight, Notre Dame over the weekend. And Carly Maxton works behind in the count to 9-1-2 in the Pirate order. Gabby Fowler, the lone freshman starter for the Pirates tonight. Takes a 2-0 count. Fowler, who's the Noblesville High School home run record holder back in her tenure in Noblesville, Indiana. Confirmed no statues in town yet for her, but tremendous power. Over 30 bombs in her high school career. So far in her Pirate tenure, still yet to hit the home run, but a quality at bat here in the third, forcing a timeout. And here's what's been cooking for the Pack in the circle. Not just a good ERA, but some of the strikeout to walk numbers impressive. And Amanda, how about limiting teams to only 6 home runs so far?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you look at that ERA, you get excited or whatever, but they're doing a lot of that consistent, clean pitching, which is a great sign for this Wolfpack team that Coach Leftwich says, you know, they've got 4 pitchers that are really taking the brunt of what they need for this season. That's
Paige Cassidy leading the pitching staff. And Coach Leftwich noted, hey, if there's any coach I wanted to sign, it was bringing Paige in. That's been a huge impact to our pitching. Their best start as a team staff ERA since '05.
Well, coming into that first home tournament, when we talked to Coach Leftwich, she said, the one thing I learned about this team is that this pitching staff has come to play. They really do well with call to actions. When Paige Cassidy, you know, requests something from them or challenges them with something, they take that head on and seriously.
Here's Brooke Massengale, the pitch runner for the Pirates. When I think call to actions, I think the end of a Zoom meeting where we wrap up and have our final thoughts. Anyone who's at a work conference knows what I'm saying. And now the top of this Pirate lineup, Kenesha Anderson, who went first pitch bunt single her first time up. A swinging slap foul ball. And that's an area Shane Winkler likes. It's not just the slap hitting, but she's got some pop too.
Well, yeah, the defense kind of thinks it's going to be just that single slap, but really her hard hitting and that hard slapping can get her to doubles and triples sometimes.
4 doubles, 3 triples, and that's what Winkler noted. You sneak up on Anderson, she'll find a hole. Exhibit A right there. Anderson, who was a track and field all-conference champion at Vista Murrieta, who's produced a ton of football talent, an elite program in Southern California. And she ran on the 400, the 4x1, great speed. We saw it in the first inning, beating Hannah Goodwin.
Well, that's explosive speed, too, when you talk about those 100 and 400 meters.
Able to fight off the 0-2. And given the rule changes in college softball the last 2 years about having to be inside the box, you can't pull a foot out, being a slap hitter is even more difficult than it was of yesteryear.
It's definitely some adjustments, your body control and your bat control at the same time.
Anderson lays off again. And ECU noted, Shane Winkler said, I had Tadria Cine, all conference in the American 2 years ago. Transferred in from UCLA. That was the mold we looked at. We watched tape. We talked to Kenesha last year as a freshman, developing her into a slap hitter. And here she is, spoiling pitch after pitch.
Well, last year she was a freshman, and Coach Winkler saying, you know, she was learning how to fail for the first time, and you do learn a lot in your first year playing collegiate ball. But now she's just a completely different player, according to Coach Winkler.
The 2-strike battle continues, and Kenesha lays off. And we noted that speed, right? It's one thing to be fast, but to hit an inside the park home run in the AAC tournament, your first at bat of the tournament, I mean, that's electric speed.
You're in a different gear.
As they say in longest yard, you're so fast, you make fast people look not so fast, and that speed's going to pressure Goodwin, makes the nice play for the force out there. Because I think the speed's got to be in the head of Hannah trying to make that play. An NC State defense that comes in fielding at 960. Coach Leftwich would love to take a jump there as the club enters its second week of the ACC. And Emma Jackson has had an adventure in the outfield tonight. What she does provide is a tremendous bat, top 5 in home runs and runs batted in the American. And they call her Miss Jackson because her numbers were for real last year. Not just the 50 RBI that paced the conference, but a preseason top 100 player, according to D1 Baseball. These are the numbers that East Carolina's come to expect from the Virginia Tech transfer.
Yeah, I mean, and she was the first Pirate since 2011 to earn that first team all-region honor last year. So she made some history, really giving this ECU team something they hadn't seen in a long time.
Emma, with Pete DeMore at Virginia Tech, was stuck in a loaded lineup, right? It was hard to earn time. She only started 14 games at Virginia Tech, but has found a home here in Greenville. Back-to-back years playing almost every game. It's a recruiting philosophy that allowed Morgan Johnson to come from Clemson, Annie Kate Dalton from Carolina, Emma Jackson. And he said, we'll use the tools we have and develop these players into full-time starters. Nothing beats the stare down of a rodeo western theme song in between a long 2-strike battle. Something's got to give. Maxton or Jackson. The fastball is crossed to left field. Emma Jackson provides a pop. That's her 7th home run of the year.
Great contact, saw a lot of pitches, picked the right one, sends it out and over the left field. That's a no-doubter, the power behind that bat. Great contact, great hip movement, really swinging through that plane, launching it out there. She knew, chucking that bat around.
It's been an adventure for Jackson in the outfield. That energy certainly speaks to what she wanted to do. Atone for a few mistakes. And did she ever? 22 home runs now for this Pirate offense. They're still in the top 30 in the country. Everyone's chasing Florida and what Taylor Shoemaker, the freshman All-American's done this year. A little bit of power from the Virginia Tech transfer now. Here's Morgan Johnson. And she's got plenty of power herself. 8 home runs, fights that one off. Any adjustments you're seeing here second time through the order, Amanda?
I think they definitely have a better feel for Carly Maxton and what she's been able to do, kind of dancing around the zone a little bit, bringing that rise and then bringing that fast pitch down the middle. I think these batters have a better idea of what they can expect, and they're being a little more patient.
Only the 7th home run surrendered by Wolfpack pitching this year. And we're in game 26. Good heat there.
Maxton does a nice job of balancing out the strikeouts and relying on her defense. Top 11 in the nation when it comes to those strikeouts.
The rise pitch works again. Good punch out for Maxton.
It's a great response after seeing that home run and being able to compose yourself and put up another great count. Just rises up right over the zone. Big swing by Johnson. That'll send her down.
Sets up Annie Kate Dalton here with 2 outs. Annie wasting no time on the fastball. Seen a much more aggressive Pirate offense the second time through after Maxton was cruising through 2 innings. Dalton and the Pirates, a 25-plus run weekend against UTSA. Their first 3-0 start in the league in the Shane Winkler era. And they're showing some toughness here in the 3rd. So Maxton working behind, pitch 59 coming up. And that was not very close.
Maxton trying to find her footing there. Pitch before that was really tight on the inside, and that one just kind of up and out of that zone.
Let's see if she can find it here, down 3-1. And a walk, so the Pirates extend the inning. And this sets up Anna Sawyer, who walked her first time up. Carly Maxton, who was up and down in 3 outings against Georgia Tech. Really good Friday. Holding the Yellow Jackets to 2 runs, but then a difficult Sunday. She looks to bounce back here on this Tuesday night. Sawyer fights that one off, quickly 0-2. Two-strike ball in play. Simmers bobbles, and that's going to lead to an error. East Carolina taking advantage of an NC State mistake.
Yeah, the Pirates started out with some defensive errors to get this one going for the Wolfpack. Now Simmers with the bobble allows them to get 2 on.
And that's been part of the growing curve for Simmers. Great bat, only her 3rd error of the year, but a freshman moment there. And now Logan Sutton gets an RBI chance. And She's hunting on the first pitch. Tuck.
Well, this is something that Coach Leftwich really talked to us about, is sometimes Simmers will do something and Coach will be like, wait, why did you do that? And they'll be like, oh, we haven't taught you that yet. Kind of reminding Leftwich and Simmers that she's a freshman. There's going to be growing pains, and there's things as coaches that we need to make sure we're drilling into her.
A freshman who's played so well at short, that's given this staff confidence to move Michaela Marbury to second, to open up the defense, to play it through Simmers.
And Simmers is a walk-on, too. She has earned her spot through a lot of work coming in here this fall.
All of a sudden, a 2-1 count, and Logan Sutton providing a good threat here for the Pirates, who Shane Winkler said she's had an outstanding first half. Most coaches will go, hey, she's had a good year, she's done this, she's done that, but he said we couldn't have asked anything more from Logan in her final year. Now the hitters count, and Sutton out in front.
Maxson feeling comfortable in the circle. Big swing, swinging too much, a little bit of head for Sutton. Maxson finding her footing now, able to target the spots that she wants.
Goes to the same spot. Here's Simmers. At times she takes care of it. And the inning over. Emma Jackson, though, powers the Pirates with her 7th home run of the year. We got a brand new ball game in Raleigh. 2.5 in. Power numbers on display. Emma Jackson's fired up in a 1-run game. Welcome back to Raleigh, East Carolina, with a 2-run homer for Emma Jackson. And now in a 1-run game, the Wolfpack bring up the middle of its order. Kendall Simmers gets things started. She reached on a Jackson error her first time up. Now this is an area Simmers has been really good when starting innings, and 4-hole hitters will do that a ton. A 430 clip, what an igniter to this attack. That's a great snag by Geyer. 1 quick out.
Way to move and foul that ball for a quick snag by Geyer from third. Simmers pops it up right to her.
Verticality needed there for Geyer. Another first pitch strike to Peyton Bordeaux. It was the pack rotate with Bordeaux and Church behind the plate. They want both to get some big experience before conference. And Bordeaux certainly helped her cause with the 2-home run weekend and a sac fly earlier today. Beautiful breaking pitch. Got her with the rise ball. Nice sequence from Kendall Frost.
Frost just in full control compared to that first inning. She's really settled in here, finding her rhythm through that zone, doing exactly what she sets out to do with that release. Putting down Peyton Bordeaux is a tough task.
Kendall Frost, who went pitch for pitch with Virginia and South Carolina this year. Both those starts, complete games, just 2 runs allowed. Those are top 25 programs.
Talk about being battle tested when you've seen some of the best.
And now she faces a powerful pack line of 27 home runs, 29 doubles coming in. And Taylor Ensley works a 2-0 count. You hear and see the support from the second-year head coach. Big swing there, 2-1. That's a good pitch for Frost, but just down, and she's facing a veteran senior. 165 career games now for Taylor Ensley. And what Coach Leftwich has done in such a short period. We noted the pitching staff now in year 2, fresh off a series loss to Georgia Tech. They want to bounce back tonight, and there's strike 2.
Coach Leftwich telling us earlier this season that year 2 can be a little bit harder than year 1 because you've set some expectations. So now there's that pressure that comes with it.
What do they say about pressure making diamonds? How about the pressure of Morgan Johnson securing the line out? Great defense for the Pirates. We're rolling to the 4th in a tight game. Welcome back to Raleigh. Carly Maxton back in the circle facing the bottom 3rd of the Pirate order. 26th all-time meeting between these nearby rivals, East Carolina and NC State. And that pitch stays up in the zone to begin this 4th inning. As Geyer out in front of that pitch. Carly Maxton and this NC State pitching staff, 2.3 team ERA. The Pirates with a big 2-run 3rd. And now Geyer laying off. It's Geyer's at bat in the 2nd that shifted this whole game.
Yeah, the Pirates really responded after that first inning where they felt like their defense let them down, but they've been able to respond with their offense.
Maxton's 72nd pitch is popped up. Simmers takes charge and hangs on to it. I don't know if it's a windy night, a bright night. Hasn't been an easy play for either team in the outfield so far.
Well, the sun's no longer a factor.
Daylight savings is impressive, isn't it? Walking outside at 7 o'clock and it looks like this.
Amazing.
There's Mary Catherine Scott. She pops one up. Dale's big enough to keep that one in the yard. 2 big outs.
It's great for Maxton to kind of pop those ones into the zone. Let the batters pop them up. Trusts her outfield to handle it. 2 quick out early for NC State.
Gabby Fowler will re-enter in Shane Winkler's lineup. Shane, who had George Washington at his previous stop, a run from winning 12 games up to 45 in a 4-year run. Takes the ECU job, and in the last 3 years has put the Pirates back to a 500 record, then back to a winning conference record. And we saw the win total from a year ago, impressive, but now in the conference standpoint, looking to make a jump. As Fowler works ahead in the count.
He definitely has experience building programs up, being able to plant the seeds with recruits, you know, recruiting people from junior year of high school and then some. And that's what he really said about this year, is that he feels like this roster has come together with people that he'd been building relationships with for a while.
Back up the middle and a good snag by Maxton, playing some self-defense. The NC State young arm gets out of trouble with her mitt and have a nice smile to end the inning. Good defense gets the job done for the Wolfpack.
Bottom of the fourth, batting for the Wolfpack. Number 77, Hannah Goodwin.
Welcome back to Raleigh. Tight game here between East Carolina and NC State. And Kendall Frost has been a little fire and ice today. Troublesome first inning, but much better here lately.
Yeah, she really settled into her role here in this circle, getting a feel for these Wolfpack batters.
That gets past Emma Jackson. It's been an adventure in left. Hannah Goodwin wants 2. And a nice double to lead off the inning.
Just when we talk about Frost building confidence, Hannah Goodwin able to make something out of a pitch here early on to start off the bottom of the 4th. Big swing, big step through. Great follow through. Jackson just barely there, trying to get that diving catch. That left field has seen a lot come its way.
And it begs the question, Emma Jackson has the home run, an elite hitter. But if you're East Carolina, you need a little more defensively tonight.
That's what Coach Winkler said. He said, you know, our best offense doesn't look like our best defense, and vice versa. They might have to change that lineup up depending on those holes that NC State's able to find.
Here's Gabby Wilson in to run for the Pack. And Shane Winkler, who's gone pro offense with his defensive arrangement tonight. Emma's a great player, no doubt, but it has been an adventure in left field. Here's a bunt attempt. Wilson goes to third, and Edwards gets the job done.
Great bunt moving up the NC State runner here to third. Good placement, lining it up. He sacrificed there to advance the Wolfpack in scoring position.
An RBI chance for Tori Ensley, who takes up. Tori already doubled today, and she scored a run for the Pack. 10 RBI for Ensley.
She really does a great job of being at the bottom of the lineup, being responsible for turning that lineup over.
Ensley wasting no time with that swing. Frost changing speeds, and that's her changeup. It's been electric this year. Fights that one off.
Ensley reaching for it.
It's the late vertical break that makes that pitch, and the late movement too for Frost.
Coach Winkler said that's what they've been working on. That changeup.
He said in high school she would blow through hitters, 9-10 strikeouts, all fastballs, but needed secondary pitches. Frost goes to the bread and butter there, misses outside.
Well, in high school, she holds the record for most wins as a pitcher. She also went 37 innings scoreless straight, not allowing much to happen on the other side.
At Pope High School in the Georgia Roswell area, forces weak contact. Oh, decisive play to first, and we'll see if that pays off. NC State scores. Wilson put Geyer in a tight predicament.
Yeah, Geyer really had to make this decision here, ball coming her way, knowing they've got a runner to score, but wanted to solidify the forced out at first.
Yeah, that slight pump fake, you wonder if there was a chance there. But Wilson's got good speed. Oh, that pitch has some electric late break to Michelle Tarpey. Make it 6 straight games now reaching base for Michelle. Big swing here, testing the line, the foul. And if you're Emma Jackson, you're praying the ball's not coming to you tonight. It's been an up and down night defensively. Because her bat's been great with the home run, but then 3 or 4 plays that certainly for Shane Winkler you wish and you know she could make.
And then it starts to become a mental game as well. You get frustrated.
That's the first true run that hasn't been defensive aided tonight for the Pack. 4 others, whether it's errors or miscues, have allowed NC State to jump in front. And then an opposite field blast. Sawyer with enough space to track it down. One more for the Wolfpack here in the 4th. Let's go 5 in this 2-run game.
Congratulations, Tanner, for being the first fan to come to the press box with a quarter. Thank you for playing and for your support of NC State softball.
Back to Raleigh, taking a look at some of the scores around the ACC today. A big matchup, top 20 matchup there with Duke and Tennessee. Looks like the Bulls have the edge. Florida State, Portland State. Whew, Seminoles put in work. That doubleheader.
Lonnie Alameda's club, always ready to roll come ACC time. And around the ACC as well, Virginia with a nice win over James Madison. UVA, one of the surprise teams of the ACC a year ago, beat Duke in a series, finished 4th in the league, their highest finish in 10 years. But back here in Raleigh, Carly Maxton trying to slow down a red-hot Pirate offense, or in this case, gold-hot Pirate offense. And a good take from the top of this lineup, Kenesha Anderson, who gets on at a 470 clip. What a leadoff threat. Very patient. There's strike one.
Yeah, to see that 591 slugging, but knowing she's that high power slapper, it just goes to show what she's able to do with that ball, that bat control.
Now a bunt that goes foul. Goodwin knew after that first inning, I have to crash extremely quickly on Anderson. Hannah, the 3-year starter, coming over from Clemson. And you got to use mouth guard in a night like this. Hard-hitting team, you never know what's coming. Anderson will hit one hard again into the gap. This is her speed could play a factor. Ensley to the fence, pushing for 3. Great relay, and got her. Ensley to Semmers, finding Goodwin there to complete it. And now a challenge from Shane Winkler.
I thought that was beautiful ball movement from outside to inside. Simmers with the assist, getting it to Goodwin. Thought that was a clean tag, as they'll take another look.
Winkler was adamant to challenge this, which makes me wonder. We'll watch the end of this play.
First off, a great swing by Anderson, just pushing that one up through right center field as she slides.
Oh, I think she's safe. Did that right hand sneak in there?
Looks like the fingertips grabbed at the bag as Goodwin goes to tag the helmet.
It's almost as if Anderson moves her head away from the glove.
Yeah, to reach out in front, so her fingers are getting there before her helmet's getting tagged. And Winkler had the best view right there at third, so.
That was an aggressive call from Shane Winkler as well.
He was very confident.
It depends where this tag is applied for Goodwin. And, you know, if you're ECU down 2, trying to push for a triple with nobody out, it's like the cardinal rule of softball. Don't get the first out at third. Now, this angle could tell us something. That looks safe. Oh, yeah, I think the white on white. Umpires looking at many of the same angles we're showing here.
This is just the second official review we've seen during this game. The first one, call stood on the field.
We told you Kenesha was a track star in high school. She had to test that speed on a good relay from NC State.
It's the speed, but also just the body control.
We have a ruling coming up. Jamie Robinson, our lead umpire tonight. What do you got for us, Jamie? overturned. Shane Winkler 1 for 1 in challenges. And officially a triple.
That's a big call for the Pirates. A great hustle by Anderson, earning her spot at third.
Well, if anybody had a view at it, it was Shane Winkler, right?
Yep.
If you're going to make that call, he was right on top of the play. And trusting his speedster, Kenesha Anderson. A lot of times they teach you to bring that glove down, don't reach out to the runner. That may have cost Goodwin just a half second. And here's Emma Jackson, who would love to atone for a couple of defensive plays. She did it last time with a monstrous home run.
Maxton fully aware of what Jackson has been able to do here today.
That breaking pitch stays outside. And it wasn't just the power for Jackson. 24 doubles, putting her in the top 5 in the country last year. And this year her bat's coming on since the start of March. 10 RBI in the month alone. And now a quick chat from Paige Cassidy and the NC State pitching staff.
Maxton just has to be confident in her ability to pitch that strikeout.
Any thought on a intentional walk here?
Well, you got 0 outs. And you've got who's up next after Jackson? Morgan Johnson. So this lineup doesn't really get any easier for you.
And Madison Insko warming up in the NC State pen. We'll see how much of a factor Insko will be as this game continues. What an important pitch, 2-0 to the powerful Emma Jackson. That's a cookie.
All she needed was a little pep talk.
Those Costco double stuffed chocolate chip cookies they sell now in concessions. That's what it looked like for Jackson watching it.
Mouth watering.
Add those and $1.99 pizza, and you got me set. That time she lays off a good breaking pitch, and it's 3-1. That's more like the chicken bake. It's got some flavor, but it can be hit or miss. Now Maxton's 3-1. Leads to a walk, so 2 on for the Pirates.
You got to be careful now because you've got Morgan Johnson coming up, and she's a big arm for this Pirates team.
Morgan, who had a stretch of 3 straight games with home runs against Indiana, Michigan, and Lafayette. She cruised during spring break.
0 for 2 today, but she's just waiting to get going.
Now the go-ahead run for ECU. We saw Insko warming. A lot of things to decide here for NC State against the powerful middle of the Pirate order. Johnson late on the heat. An important 1-1. Fought off. Because Maxton's challenging him with heat a lot today. Johnson in a hole. Goes down swinging. The Rice pitch for the first out.
Wow. What a response from Carly Maxton. She's got 2 runners on. She's feeling the pressure. Has Morgan Johnson come up. Hits her with the speed. And a nice little rise up in the zone.
And NC State about to make a change here. So Wynn Gore will enter for the pack in the circle. We'll take the timeout here in the 5th. NC State going to its bullpen with the go-ahead run at the plate.
right-hander, number 7, Win Gore.
Welcome back to Raleigh. ECU threatening in the 5th. Here's the numbers so far for Carly Maxton. And it's a couple of walks the last 2 innings that have made it challenging. Now, 1st and 3rd, and Annie Kate Dalton will face the NC State bullpen.
You really felt like that momentum shifted for ECU when Jackson hit that home run. Maxton playing a little bit more safe throughout the rest as they bring in Win Gore.
What a spot for Win Gore. He went 4 1/3, no earned runs in her last outing against Georgia Tech. Kept the pack in it. Now she needs to stop a rally. Here's the first pitch foul ball.
Second in this pitching group when it comes to innings pitched. 45 headed into this one as Maxton leads in that category.
Win Gore, who missed most of last year with a hip injury, but has come back throwing even harder since the injury. Now can touch low to mid 60s. And what she's done is provided a nice arm. How about 30 Ks to 5 walks? She's a strike thrower. As her home plate umpire allows time to reset. Pirates threatening for the 2nd straight inning. Here's Annie Kate Dalton. It's a good pitch, just inside.
Yeah, Gore putting a lot of heat on that one like we talked about. Very efficient in the circle, top 25 in the country when it comes to those walks allowed per 7 innings. Doesn't let much get by her.
The 1-1's blasted fair. Annie Kate Dalton delivers in Raleigh. Anderson in. Pushing. Jackson hits the brakes. Runner just safe. And this will make it 5-4. And Annie Kate Dalton almost got her hand in the cookie jar there. Nearly tagged out.
Dalton waiting for the right pitch, and this one was hers. Coach Winkler said that she means everything to us because of this right here. Coming up with a big play, creating that momentum, continuing what this inning, what they want this inning to be.
Anna Sawyer now up, the hometown hero for the Pirates. Any thought on the bunt or squeeze play here if you're ECU?
I don't mind a bunt. Load it up. They have a lot of confidence in their entire lineup.
It's been a slow start to Sawyer to her junior year. She is 2nd in the AAC and on base, though, consistently making traffic. That time she's late. It's 1-2. The junior out of Charlotte anchoring the NC State bullpen. And this feels like a make or break moment if you're East Carolina tonight.
You capitalize on 2 runners in scoring position, just 1 out.
The 2-2. All of a sudden, a full count. Win Gore inheriting trouble. Pirates have already scored 1. Her payoff is drilled left field. Tie game. And Anna Sawyer making things happen in the 5th.
Sawyer getting 1 run home. Making contact with this pitch on the outside of that barrel. Sends it to left field. That's been a popular spot for both these offenses. Catching that one on the end of the bat. sends it, plops it down in that open area to get one home.
And some fun laughs being exchanged back and forth. Even in the midst of a rivalry where these programs certainly love battling it out. Good to see some energy going. And Maxton's going to re-enter here for NC State. So Wingor exits after a quick couple of batters. Now we'll take the timeout. Carly Maxton warming up. 5-5 game in the fifth. Fives are wild here on a Tuesday night.
Coming back into the picture, NC State. To the right-hander, number 27, Carly Maxton.
So a ground out to start the at-bat for Logan Sutton. It does move the runners in front. And all of a sudden, big matchup, Chloe Geyer versus starting pitcher who's returned, Carly Maxton.
Obviously, she's warmed up, she's ready to go, coming back from the dugout into the circle.
Geyer off the end of her bat. Simmers saves a run. Nice defense from the NC State freshman. All smiles for Simmers, keeping this game 5 apiece.
For the Pirates at the top of the fifth, there were 2 runs on 3 hits. Then there is 2 runners left on base. After the top half of the fifth inning, the score is East Carolina 5 and NC State 5. All right, fans, it's a great time to get up and stretch. And it's a great night to sing. Take me out to the ball game. Come on, fans, get up, stretch, and sing.
Welcome back to Raleigh. 5-5 game all of a sudden. East Carolina threatening with 2 in the fifth. And between innings, a quick conversation here for Lindsay Leftwich.
Yeah, the biggest thing she wants to see is a response from this team. They put themselves in some sticky situations, and overall heading into this game after going 0-3 at Georgia Tech, she really wanted to see her team respond with energy and intensity. That's something they found themselves in some tough spots today that she wants to see if they can finish strong.
New pitcher is Taylor Apple, one of the best 3 arms a year ago for the Pirates. And Apple faces a Wolfpack lineup. On the road, it's been a struggle offensively, but here at Dale, almost 8 runs a game and facing the flamethrower ace for ECU.
Yeah, Taylor Apple really worked on her ability to move up in that zone. Change-up has really improved. Coach Winkler happy with what he's seen from the sophomore. She leads this team when it comes to strikeouts and ERA. The ace for the Pirates.
Apple facing Tegan Thrunk, who goes back up the middle. Good snag by Scott. What a throw! Mary Catherine Scott, hello, cannon.
A little shuffle, a scoop, and slings it over to first.
Slide to the left, reverse, reverse. What a throw.
2 hops this time.
There you go.
Thrunk makes good contact, but right in the hands of Scott. Shuffles, slides it over, and makes a nice out to start that one off.
And remember at the start of this game, it was Pirate miscues. Now, last 2 innings, good Pirate defense.
Making great adjustments. Making sure they stay disciplined on defense and their positions, getting to the ball and that follow through for the out.
Hannah Church, who's 0 for 2 with her team best 8 homers. Always a dangerous threat.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Coach Leftwich knows she can be so unstoppable.
And now an automatic ball has been issued. Hannah Church, who's come in from Ohio State and made a huge impact. I mean, to only have 7 home runs in 2 years, and to come here with Coach Leftwich, find her power swing.
Job is a different conference, but then you're also with a different coach and different culture, and Coach Leftwich really embraced Hannah Church. Different level of pop, she called it, but Church is still struggling to find consistency in her at-bats.
That between that last pitch, it was called an illegal pitch because her front foot stepped outside. We'll take a look here. Yeah, has to stay inside the lines while delivering. And there's a swing and a miss, so it's 2-1. Taylor Apple, the ace of the staff, working quickly and just missing. But what Hannah Church has provided for this order is stability in the heart of the lineup.
Well, she's trying to find that stability right now and consistency. She was just getting used to the previous pitcher in Frost. Now she's got Apple.
Between Frost, Apple, and then some big innings from Jordan Hatch this year, the senior who's been battling an injury the last 12 months, working her way back. A 3-headed staff for ECU, 2.9 team ERA. These are both pitching staffs. They've done a great job. And the 3-2 is punched to right. There's the power. Church leaves the building. Across the street from a chapel, Hannah Church delivers.
From 0-2, so that one's out of here. Hannah Church puts some life back into this NC State offense.
Celebrate. We noted her power coming over from Ohio State. Now 9 home runs with the Pack.
Great contact on that one. Just her swing brings so much power that comes from her legs and that full movement. That one's out of here. You know, Coach Leftwich told us she was blasting bombs all fall over that building.
That one just snuck over, but enough on a warmer night here in Raleigh. And NC State back in front. They led 4-1 early. Pirates have come back. Now it's Kendall Simmers.
Ooh. It's a nasty changeup right there.
Simmers, one of the better impact freshman bats here in the ACC so far. That time she goes around. So there's strike 2. Don't worry, Heidi, I got it for you. And then she goes down on the punch out.
Good job by Taylor Apple to really respond there after letting that home run go.
Taylor Apple, who's part of the All-AAC rookie team last year, has been even better in year 2. And that's a rare home run. Only the 5th given up by Apple all year in 60 innings. A home run that I'm not sure that goes out at the max at ECU, but it works here at Dale, and that gives Church her 9th of the season.
The Wolfpack like punching it out here at home. They're comfortable with this stadium.
28 bombs for the Wolfpack, 29 bombs, now 30 for the Pirates.
Apple just pounding the zone right there, teasing the Wolfpack to take it.
The 2-1. Good pitch up and into Bordeaux.
Talked about it, Evan, you know, all-rookie team last year. She was also the first ECU pitcher since '07 to throw at least 100 strikeouts in a season.
Oh, she hit herself on the ricochet. Hopefully Peyton's okay. And a quick time call to check on after this. Oh yeah, ricocheted off her helmet. Maybe that'll be on Peyton's podcast called Tangle Talk that kickstarted this fall. So the 2-2 in an entanglement now as this at-bat continues. The ace of the Pirates working 2-2. Laying off that super duper changeup. A home run for Hannah Church, putting the pack in front here in the 6th, or the 5th, pardon me. And that one stays down, so a walk.
Hayden Bordeaux staying patient there in the box, taking one to the helmet. Waiting on that perfect pitch. She didn't see one.
NC State rolling in Elena Smith, the senior, to special pitch run. But putting on those oven mitts is quite a task. It takes a whole hand to help there. Then you got to get on the wristband of the sides.
Got to suit up.
It's a team effort. Take one of those, pull out a brick oven pizza late at night.
I don't think that's what those are for.
Well, better safe than sorry. Don't want to burn your fingers. Taylor Ensley's turn. And she goes right away at the fastball. Taylor Apple, who leads the American Conference in strikeouts, she's pumping them in tonight.
She can throw in that 64 or 65 range there. Really worked on her velocity, expanding what she's able to do with that ball control.
Pitch nearby at Western Alamance High School, just outside of Burlington, but missing up in the zone once again.
You got 2 outs right now. You just want to stop the bleeding.
There's a better pitch, strike 2. Ensley, who roped one to first, she was robbed of a hit, and then rocketed one past the third baseman for a singles. Hit it hard twice. Apple versus Ensley. Full count. Some real quality at bats for Lindsay Leftwich's lineup against the flamethrower Taylor Apple. As Kendall Frost has stepped aside. Bullpen still warming for the Pirates. And that 3-2's a bit inside. So now 2 on.
patience at the plate there, just taking what Apple is giving.
Ava Fisher and Devin Long, two of the young guns warming up at the pen. I don't think Apple's pitched poorly either, just some close misses.
I agree, and some smart choices by the NC State batters.
Number 77.
Hannah Goodwin's turn. She doubled and scored at the time the go-ahead run until ECU tied it in the top half. And Goodwin takes a big hack there. Hannah Goodwin, who spent a lot of time with self-talking, self-confidence, trying to encourage not only herself but her teammates. Coach Leftwich loved that dialogue, bringing to the group. Takes another good approach there. Because not everything's been perfect for Goodwin offensively, but they love her emotional leadership for this team. Breaking pitch left up. Goodwin talks herself into a 3-run shot. What an emotional response for NC State.
Somehow make something out of that pitch. It was high in the zone, but Goodwin adjusted, able to send that one out into left field. And we've seen so much action. Look at the celebration. Way to storm back for NC State. Really turns her body, sends it out and over left field.
When you're pot committed and swing basically with your upper half and hit it that far, that's a really good swing. An 0-2 mistake for Taylor Apple in an inning that should have been over. A couple of 3-2 counts, and Hannah's like, well, I kind of just flicked my wrist. I didn't really have much on it. My lower half was pot committed. Hannah's third home run with the pack this year.
This NC State team, I remember doing a couple games during the Raleigh Times tournament, and they were really known for doing well in those 2-out situations, somehow making the most out of that time.
Quick chat here for Lexi Hanley. Because Apple was basically one pitch away the last 3 batters from getting at his thing clean. Everyone warming for the Pirates. All 5 arms have touched the softball today, which gives you a sense of how important this game is from an ECU standpoint.
Yeah, it's so interesting. You don't think you would put a lot of emphasis on these midweek games, just a random Tuesday non-conference matchup, but when that RPI is so high, you want to make the most of these matchups.
What an emotionally intelligent at-bat for Goodwin. We noted her struggles offensively, but talking her way through it, finds the perfect time to break out with a 3-run homer. And here's Bailey Edwards, who's earning rotational time in the outfield tonight. Gets a sac bunt. Texas native smokes one out of play. Hannah is still discussing how she hit that home run. No lower half needed. We'll, of course, see that home run swing later tonight, but the way she was able to make the most of that pitch was pretty impressive.
You know, Apple put that up in high in that zone, but Goodwin able to make something out of it.
As Goodwin will probably say later, turning an apple mistake into apple pie.
I don't think she'll say that later.
Maybe just me. Put a little a la mode on top of that with some ice cream, and you have me set for the evening. The 3-2. Edwards continues to spoil good pitches.
Leftwich motivating Bailey Edwards, making just her 3rd start this season for NC State.
That's way inside. It's 3 walks and a home run surrendered here by Taylor Apple.
I think we've seen a lot of full counts, a lot of pitches seen.
The bottom third of this NC State lineup's found a great time to produce. 4 of those RBI, they've stepped up. And Lindsay Leftwich noted after the conference loss to Georgia Tech, we need depth in our order. It's been a big part of it with the bottom 3 tonight.
Talk about those bottom hitters in a lineup. You want hitters that are be able to turn that lineup back over so you can get your lead off again. You can get your second at bat. They've been able to do that thus far.
And here's Ensley, who's part of that bottom third. She got an extra base hit and scored in the 2nd. Good pitch, but that misses.
Now we've seen Apple send in those fast pitches and then able to slow it down there.
You can sense a little the frustration for Apple. Thought she had that 0-2. And that's allowed State to spoil and continue these at-bats.
Yeah, these at-bats have been so full of different looks. Taylor Apple really having to dig into her tool belt here.
Runner moving. That throw's pretty good, but just late. Hard to blame Andy K. Dalton there. That was a good break, but made the most of it. Close play.
Yeah, good throw. Just bounces right to her teammate there. Just NC State too fast.
There's strike 3. And a rough inning for ECU finally ends. NC State, though, the offense cooking. 4 runs, and Hannah Goodwin provides the power. Church gets it started. Goodwin keeps it rolling. And the Pack now up 4 as we go to the 6th. And a good one providing the juice for NC State last inning. Makes it 9-5 in favor of the Wolfpack. And a game decided by home runs tonight.
Yeah, by both Hannahs.
Hannah, and Emma have done their part offensively. Here's Mary Catherine Scott. 8-9-1 in the ECU lineup, whose last comeback win was over Michigan. That was a 6th inning rally. A pop-up to start the inning that falls in the middle of nowhere. Ellie Whitaker will come in behind the plate for the Pack, replacing Bordeaux.
This is a position that sees a lot of change with Church, Bordeaux, and Whitaker all stepping in.
That one's way up and in. Haley Massaro, the pitch hitter, now up, and she fights it off. And Shane Winkler said his lineup is very fluid late in games. He'll have a lot of rotations, a lot of different hitters. And now can Massaro, the Wooster, Ohio native, generate something? The Ohio State transfer, just 6 starts last year behind a crowded infield. But they've used her in multiple pitch hitting spots this year. Maxton changes speeds and catches the corner. That's her 4th K.
Carly Maxton always seems to have a strikeout when you really want to set the tone, and to have that offensive performance followed up by a nice start here from the sophomore.
Another pitch hitter for the Pirates, Joy Fitante, now up. Joey, the senior, pops it up. This will drift out of play. And the photographer's got it. But no picture of recovering the foul ball, so it never happened.
He doesn't know what to do with the ball. He's got to take pictures.
A snapshot of Carly Maxton, 5 in the 3rd. 5 earned runs, but she's re-entered here. Now working with a lead. Despite the deficit, a very vibrant dugout here for East Carolina. Off the end of Joey's bat. Maxton bobbles. That leads to an error, and everyone's safe.
Maxton just trying to scoop it up with her mitt there. Unable to do it on that first attempt. The extra seconds helping Fitante get to first.
Up next to the Pirates, number 11, Kenesha Anderson.
And here's the traditional lineup up top. Kenesha Anderson with her great speed. Anderson's been everywhere. Fielder's choice, single, triple. The bunt, Tess Goodwin. Goes pump fake, second late. Everyone's safe, and that's because of the speed of Anderson.
We've seen her now do it when they had that official review to call safe, her stretch, her reach, her speed. Really costly for NC State. It's a great butt placement.
Any thought there to Goodwin even be able to make that throw with Trunk a bit late?
Yeah, I don't know.
And at 100 pitches, a quick conversation. That one not on Maxton, but now she inherits a tight jam here with 1 out. And keep in mind who's at the plate. It's the home run threat, Emma Jackson. Because you've had success from an NC State standpoint against Johnson, but Jackson's been a tough out all day.
Another look at this one. Great bunt. Yeah, you kind of wonder if she's there late. That allows both of them to get on base safely.
Officially ruled a single, so ECU takes advantage. Jackson Takes. The 2-run homer is the big story. Jackson now 3rd in the American Conference in homers. Her and Johnson a huge threat back-to-back. Can the law firm of Jackson and Johnson make a difference in the 6th?
Maxton doesn't want to give her anything easy.
Good take, and it's 2-1. What can Carly Maxton dial up against one of the best hitters in the AAC? Change of speeds for a 3-1 count. Pitch clock now to 9 seconds. Maxton running out of time. 4 seconds. 2 seconds. Hits it off with no time to spare, and there's strike 2. Otherwise, that's ball 4.
She was waiting until that last second. Dangerous territory.
An added element to the college softball game that's more enforced here in 2025. Leads to the payoff. Fouled away. If you wanted drama on a Tuesday night, you came to the right place here in Raleigh.
Drama at Dale.
NCIS Raleigh here in the 6th. And a take to load the bases.
Jackson didn't want to give Jackson anything right up there in the middle for her to blast out of here like we've seen her do before. But now you've got Morgan Johnson coming in here. She hasn't had much success today, but she has experience pushing this ball back.
Johnson takes all the way. And what Morgan Johnson brings is a ton of power. This tandem, not only half the home run production, but 2 of the top 3 home run hitters in the American a year ago.
They really lift this lineup up, especially if one's not doing well, the other is.
Johnson fouls it off. And it's been a slow day for Morgan. 0 for 3, all those strikeouts against Carly Maxton. Coach Winkler noted we spent the offseason upgrading her swing and miss and focus more on hard contact. Well, it's paid off. Top 30 in the country in RBI and homers for Johnson. Maxton's 1-1. It's rocketed foul. Three-game hit streak on the line for Morgan Johnson, facing the stud sophomore Carly Maxton here in the 6th. That gets away, but with close confines here at the Dale. No runners advance. Smart decision there at 3rd.
Yeah, everybody kind of leading off their bases to see what the timeline was going to look like, but good call to stay home. Trust Morgan Johnson in this at-bat.
It sets up a 2-2 pitch. Johnson misses. 4th strikeout, Maxton of Johnson.
Great job by Carly Maxton to push up in that zone. Really getting Johnson off balance here with a couple of those pitches we saw early on. Big swing and a miss from Johnson with loaded bases, a missed opportunity.
They've gotten her 4 times on that rise pitch. And here's Annie Kate Dalton. She's hunting the fastball. Hits it off the light pole. It's not the natural, but pretty close.
So a little bit more outside on that pitch, and that one might be going out of here.
Kate Dalton's double got the Pirates cooking in the 5th to tie it at that point. Then State scores 4. Now it's the Carolina transfer's turn here in Raleigh. Off the end of the bat, but foul. No easy innings here recently for Carly Maxton.
She's been put in a high pressure situation when she went out, when she came back in.
Pitch clock to 5 for Maxton. A big 0-2. Stays away. Hannah Church, Hannah Goodwin, homer for the Pack. Now ECU threatening in the 6th. Maxton's 1-2. Got her! Back-to-back rise balls to end the inning. Carly Maxton walking the tightrope.
There's a reason why they rely on her. She's able to be so consistent there, so composed. You got 3 runners on, and you needed 2 out. She sends them down 1 at a time with some big Ks and big-time plays.
For the Pirates at the top of the 6th, there were no runs. There was 1 hit, 1 error, 3 left on base. And from the top half of the 6th inning score, scores East Carolina 5, NC State 9. And your Wolfpack softball team returns home this weekend for its ACC home opener against Notre Dame. Join an action-packed weekend by visiting GoPack.com to secure your tickets. Mary Catherine Scott is re-entering the game to play shortstop for East Carolina.
They say a picture's worth 1,000 words. A graphic tells the story of the night here in Raleigh. 2 home runs in the 5th inning. Hannah Church, Hannah Goodwin the difference. And Taylor Apple, who came in a tie game, gives up 4. That's been the difference tonight. 26th all-time meeting, Wolfpack and Pirates. They'll battle again at the end of the year in Greenville in a series that's lived up to the hype so far.
Yeah, I mean, ECU wants to view this as a rivalry, and NC State likes bringing that fuel to the fire, even though they've got their handful of ACC schools around the triangle.
There's a hit by pitch of Tarpey to start the inning. He says, here you go, Taylor.
I felt that one in my leg.
Michelle's been hit twice tonight. And he mentioned that.
Ooh, maybe the arm.
Elbow pad.
Yep.
I hope. An NC State club that's 58th in RPI, already played 7 quad 1 opponents. They'll face a quad 2 tonight in ECU, and a club that's battled tough tonight.
Well, that's something that is normal for Coach Gleftwich. She took on a lot of challenges last year when it came to taking on tough opponents, ranked opponents. She doesn't shy away from those battles.
The schedule with Clemson, Virginia Tech, all at home in the next couple of weeks only gets tougher from an ACC standpoint. And Notre Dame starting Friday. Oh, the Matrix. Tegan Thrunk showing off her athleticism to avoid that last pitch. And she fights off another one. That series Friday, Saturday, Sunday, weather permitting. Friday night on the network. And since State's eliminated that changeup, they're basically sitting on one pitch with Taylor.
They're in good shape right now. They're feeling confident at the plate.
That misses in, full count. Taylor Apple, who mowed down hitters against UT San Antonio. 10 combined innings, just 3 runs. A little more trouble here in Raleigh tonight. Another 3-2 from Apple. This could be 2. Nice start. Mary Cat Scott late to first. Fielder's choice.
ECU's defense definitely do a lot better than they did when they started this game. Right on cue with those pickups and grabs. Getting that one out.
Frunk with good hustle out of the box. Otherwise, that's an easy double play. And Hannah Church, who changed things on her last swing, gets a 4th at bat. Her 9th home run. Now sports her tied for first in the ACC with 9 bombs. And here's what she did last time up.
Just a beautiful swing. So much power in her swing. That's what Coach Leftwich loves about her. Game-changing batter. Still trying to find that consistency at the plate.
Julia Noller at Clemson with 9 bombs. Now Hannah Church joins the party. And everyone trying to catch up to the freshman All-American Taylor Shoemaker, who's got 13 for the Gators. Remember, just 7 combined home runs to start her Ohio State tenure.
That just goes to show, you know, putting in work, working on her craft. Obviously, the Big Ten is a different conference than the ACC, so you see different types of talent. But for Coach Leftwich to work with Hannah Church on this and see her development.
The 2-2. Rocketed to center. Hannah Church, have yourself a night off the facility. The new ACC home run leader resides in Raleigh.
She was doing this all fall, according to Coach Leftwich, sending those to that building right outside of center field. Feeling good today. Doing a great job of reading those pitches, going for what she wants, when she wants.
Kanesha Anderson knew it.
Just watch that one go.
And it forces a pitching change for the Pirates. Well, the power bats of NC State now forcing Kendall Frost back into the game.
We've seen this from both of the teams now, bringing back in their ace.
And we told you early in the game it was Pirate defense that cost them here. It's been 3 big swings from the home run threat.
This is something that this NC State team does so well when it comes to that slugging percentage and that power swing. And they were right in 2 of those games at Georgia Tech last week in their first ACC series of the season. It's because of this power that they can play with anybody. Taylor Apple with a tough outing going against some big bats. It's a little over an inning pitched. A couple errors, a couple strikeouts as they bring back in their starting pitcher.
Well, you know what? Kendall Frost is going to exit. And here's Ava Fisher to come in. I hadn't seen that before.
Okay, they tricked us. Frost comes in the circle just for a hot minute.
Now, I don't believe because of this immediate change you can get warm-up pitches. So I think Ava Fisher's got to run in right away.
Well, she was pitching in the bullpen for a little bit. We did see that.
No warm-up, no problem. First pitch fouled away. I hadn't seen that before in softball. That's a new one.
Coach Winkler saying, you know, his lineup's all fluid. I guess it's as fluid as it gets right there.
And now I think the NC State staff's kind of wondering, how did this lineup change all work and who's facing who and how do you get the scouting report as Kendall Simmers digs back in. Sixth inning of the year for Ava Fisher. Bounces one, and remember, 6-run game all of a sudden. It was tied last inning, and then ECU had the bases loaded in the 5th. So this thing's really changed in a brief moment.
Felt like each team had a response to the other, and then Carly Maxton really put it away, shutting down ECU in that last inning.
Ava Fisher out of Blackwood, New Jersey. She was a two-way standout, largely regarded for her hitting, but Shane Winkler, late in the recruiting process, found Fisher as a pitcher. And here she is in her 6th career inning, a young opportunity for the freshman who threw a scoreless inning over the weekend. But bounces that one, so here comes the possible walk-off winning runner at the plate now for NC State.
They've got Ellington Whitaker coming up to bat, and she hasn't had an at-bat today.
Only the 14th at bat of Whitaker's young career.
No pressure.
Whitaker, the Baylor transfer. Hits it hard. Mary Catherine Scott, what a stop. And then gets it to first. Whitaker a little slow out of the box and a great defensive play.
Mary Catherine Scott just slid, grabbed that one out with her mitt, tosses it to her throwing hand, and just shoots it over to first for the out. Great play.
Not a speedster by any means, but that's not an easy play.
Slide for that grab and then position yourself right on target for first base.
Here's Michaela Marbury in to hit for the Pack. She's got some electric pop as well and takes all the way. Only 2 home runs this season for Marbury, but she was a stolen base queen last year for the Pack, had some good power in the middle infield. Takes another one down. That's the challenge for young Ava Fisher in her 6th career inning.
Got Kendall Simmers there on second, just really leading out when that pitch is thrown.
That run's important, but it's the run at the plate that could make or break this game here in the 6th. Interesting note from Leftwich. She said, our offense will hinge on how good Marbury can be. She is the centerpiece of what we can do offensively. You see why, as that walk extends the inning.
Carberry dealing with some mental struggles, just trying to get that mind right so that her attack is right.
And here's Hannah Goodwin, who just went yard her last time up.
Ava Fisher being put to the test.
Now 30 home runs this year for the Pack. It's a tough miss if you're Ava Fisher. That's a good pitch. The learning curve of a true freshman against a senior third baseman. But that time earns a strike. All of a sudden, the ball sneaks away, and those two runners that can make this game move to second and third.
And now we're back to those ECU errors that could come up costly.
Remember, Goodwin joined the Pack year one in 23 and had 11 bombs. She's now got 20 in her NC State career. 1 at 21. A blackjack shot out of play. And that's a number, if you're NC State, you want to see improve. Runners in scoring position. The senior, though, stepped up last inning with 2 outs. This time she takes strike 3. And a close pitch sends us to the 7th. Last chance for the Pirates coming up next inning as NC State extends its lead.
For the Wolfpack in the bottom of the 6th, there were 2 runs and 1 hit. Then there is 2 runners left on base. After 6 complete, the score is East Carolina 5 and NC State 11.
Welcome back to Raleigh. A 6-run lead for NC State. It's been a battle of home runs tonight. 3 for the Pack, 1 for Emma Jackson and ECU. Now we kickstart the 7th as Carly Maxton pounds the zone. Remember, this is a 5-5 game. Bottom of the 5th. Then State responds with 4. ECU leaves the bases loaded, and then State adds 2 more of their own. Whitaker, who remains behind the plate, unable to squeeze that one for Carly Maxton.
Back into play right field for Wolfpack, 44 Taylor Henson.
Wengor, who did not record an out, then was pulled. And it's been Carly Maxton's game since. Brooks behind in the count. Facing Anna Sawyer, who's reached base 3 times. Might be 4. Good snag. And Frunk makes the play. Same 9 defensively here for NC State. And here comes Logan Sutton. Sutton goes powerful to center, and that gets over Ensley's head. A chance for 2. Really good throw, but just late, and a double for Sutton. Sutton with the double. An ACU team that can score in bunches. This game is not over just yet. A nice foul ball here from Kylie Shojin, who comes into pitch hit. Between Shojin and Geyer. And then we noted the defensive play from Trinity Nichols. It's been a mixed bag over at third base. A lot of different options for the Pirates. And there's a Rice pitch, 0-2. Maxton working ahead. Shojin with another good battle. That's one thing with this East Carolina offense as they get ready to host Tulsa this weekend. A feisty unit. Emma Jackson, of course, the All-American candidate, carrying the load. But if you're Shane Winkler, you got to like the balance of this lineup. And for those of you wondering at home, despite the fact Carly Maxton will record every out if she gets the next 2, not qualified for the complete game. I learned something new tonight. Thanks to Matt Bird, our producer, for doing the research. Here's her 2-2. And Shojin continues to battle with 1 out. This pop-up could be dangerous. Shojin deep to left, carrying to the fence. Enough space for Bailey Edwards.
Great job by Bailey Edwards to track that one. We know the left fielders have been given a couple problems today, but Edwards catches that one right up to the fence.
That launch angle must be very high. That thing just stays in the yard. Trinity Nichols will come in to pitch hit. Last chance for the Pirates tonight. How about Carly Maxton re-entering and taking control here in the last 3 innings?
Yeah, to be sent out to the dugout where she kind of had to reflect on just her outing, which I thought was pretty decent. Obviously giving up a couple runs, but then getting your name called and your coaches still trusting in you to get the job done.
The 0-1 to Nichols. Stays in. Maxton and the Wolfpack get ready to host Notre Dame, who went 1-2 in the first weekend. Notre Dame lost in 14 innings to Louisville in that game 3. And here's NC State 1 strike away from winning this one.
They've won the last 7 of the last 10 against this Pirates team. But ECU winning the last one here in 2023.
Maxton to finish what she started. Excuse me. Excuse me, check swing. Carly Maxton getting a ton of help from her offense tonight. Now looking to shut the door. Pop up. There's space. And Ensley takes care of it. NC State 5-5 late, but the bats come to play. The Hannahs do the work with the home runs.
Yeah, just a great response offensively from this Wolfpack team, taking advantage of every mistake the Pirates had, responding in big ways, but then Carly Maxton came up big with some key strikeouts.
11 runs for NC State. Hannah Church goes yard twice. Hannah Goodwin does her part. And Emma Jackson did a lot, but not enough late for ECU. Thanks for joining us in the first of 2 meetings between these clubs. They'll tangle coming up in May. And the Wolfpack gear up for week 2 of ACC play. ECU will host Tulsa coming up on Friday. A fun rivalry, Pirates and Wolfpack. Dramatic theme music, we've had it all tonight. Home runs aplenty here on ACC Network Extra. We'll see you Friday. A fun night of dancing and bombs here in Raleigh. For Amanda Poole and our talented crew, Matt Bird, producer, Lucas Raycraft, director, I'm EvanBudrovich. Sing your hearts away. Some fun music sends us to break on ESPN.